Hello everyone, it's Akshay from Medlearnity and I hope you're doing well. I want to do a quick video discussing how to have a constructive mentality and approach to Step 1. Step 1 is clearly a monster exam and there's understandably a lot of pressure as you approach exam day, and for good reason. It's no surprise that your score on Step 1 is one of the largest factors when you apply for residency in terms of both specialty choice and residency location. If you want to dive deeper into this, you can check out the NRMP match data linked in the description below. Okay, so now that we've established the clear importance of Step 1, let's go through your first 3 years of medical school and talk about your mentality when it comes to this exam. When you start your first year, you're probably going to see a few people in your class talk about Step 1, first aid, etc. But at this stage, I'd say the best thing to do is to direct all of your attention on understanding the fundamentals in the courses you're taking. Every school has a different curriculum, so this is going to vary. But if you build a strong foundation in anatomy, physiology, micro and biochemistry, you're going to make your life a lot easier going into your MS2 year and Step 1. Also, don't feel like you need to listen to all of your lectures, particularly if a lecturer style is not working well for you. Instead, read the chapter and take some effective notes. Now, on the flip side, a big mistake here is cramming for exams. I've definitely been guilty of this on a few occasions. But when you cram for exams, you may have a quick win and do okay on your block exam, but you're sacrificing the long-term retention you're going to want going into your MS2 year and Step 1. Try to establish how you can learn your school's material efficiently and effectively, and retain that material using active recall. Tools like Anki are pretty awesome, but don't let them be a crutch. Nothing replaces actively reading something, conceptualizing it, and teaching it back to yourself or a friend. Okay, so once you start your MS2 year, you're going to feel the intensity pick up. At this point, you ideally want to keep yourself grounded. A little stress is okay, but if it spirals out of control, it can be debilitating. During the majority of your MS2 year, you're going to want to integrate as much as possible. Try to connect systems together and compare and contrast disease processes. Bring back what you learned from MS1. For example, physiology, path, and pharm naturally connect together, so look for those connections. The more you do this, the stronger you're going to feel going into your dedicated period. Okay, so what about questions? When you start your MS2 year, it's a great idea to start doing questions, but quality is more important than quantity. Go slow in the beginning and reason through why you're getting questions wrong. Most of the time, you probably didn't study that material yet, so go address that. But perhaps you studied something but still misunderstand a concept. As you approach your block exams, expose your weaknesses and address them, and do more questions as you get closer to your exam day. So hopefully after all of that, as you approach your dedicated period, your job is going to be to brush up on your weaknesses and improve your ability to integrate across everything. You will definitely have forgotten some of the things you learned early on during your MS1 year, and probably even some of the things early on during your MS2 year. But if you learn them well the first time through, you will be surprised at how much material comes back to you through questions and review. If you feel particularly rusty on a few subjects, or perhaps you didn't understand them well the first time through, you don't have a lot of time to do a deep dive. Instead, try to glean the most important concepts from explanations in UWorld, Pathoma, and First Aid. If you have targeted weaknesses or feel particularly behind, it would also be a great time to reach out to a tutor. Make sure you do this early as time is on your side, and make sure the tutor you're working with has ample experience helping students with Step 1. Whatever you do, don't try cramming your way through First Aid and UWorld. There's just too much material and you don't want to focus on pure fact recall. Instead, Step 1 is more about understanding the concepts and patterns that are frequently tested. When you are ultimately taking the exam and the questions are challenging, having a strong grasp of the concepts is going to serve you best. Okay, and then finally there's your MS3 year, after you're done with Step 1. Congrats on being done. It's a major accomplishment to finish this exam. At this point, regardless of how you do, remember that Step 1 is not the be-all end-all of your medical career. It's definitely important for having flexibility in choosing a residency, so don't underestimate the exam. But being diligent during your residency training, learning from feedback from attendings and colleagues, are ultimately going to be far more important when it comes to your medical career down the line. Your patient is not going to care about your Step 1 score. They are going to care about how you treat them as a patient and how you address their health issues. Okay, so that's all we have for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you've already taken Step 1, please drop some of your wisdom in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.